Have we arrived at the peak of production knives? So I've been thinking, there has been a wide range of improvements along the production knives. Whether we talk about they may be from this part of the world or that part of the world, it doesn't matter. But what we can see is an improvement in the knife making world, not only customs, but in the production world. And so it kind of has me thinking, what's the next step? And so I was reading, I am reading about a book about collectors. And I'm not talking just about any collector. I'm talking about kings and collectors that their collections made up the British Museum, for example, and made up parts of other museums around the world. Those type of collectors, and how their collecting triggered something that perhaps was thinkable in their time. And here we're talking about perhaps 300, 400 years ago. How an anatomy collection triggered and ordered the science of medicine back in those days and the science of surgery. So you see, that type of collecting, though it made really no sense as I was reading, it triggered something huge like medicine. It ordered sciences. And so that's looking into the part of the collecting world, looking at it in a deeper way, right? So I see all of these wonderful pieces, so well constructed, such great tools, aesthetically pleasing, ergonomically pleasing, innovatively pleasing, with materials that 10 years, 15 years ago, we might haven't think about it. And yet, here they are. And so it has been a great ride. It still is. But it just gets me thinking, where are we heading? Because one of the things that I also see is a race of prices, and a race in pricing that is rather absurd. Yeah, we may talk about the inflation, but at the same time, we need to talk about innovation. We need to talk about materials, of course, and a whole lot of different things that make up this tool in order to think about price raising. Otherwise, is that the only way that the industry is going to go? It's going to mark an evolution just by prices and not by a creative effort. Yeah, we may have classics like so, which are still worth it. We may have new designs that are absolutely stunning and just so almost perfect. One of the most beautiful designs ever, of all times, if you ask me. It's just my opinion, but it just is for me. And then the construction, the fit and finish is just out there, and it's a production knife. So where's the production world going? Tough, everlasting knives as well. Comfortable, great tools. All the elements are here. They're well put together. A tool, a simple tool like this one, budget tool, this budget knife, just such a fantastic design taken from an old Chinese knife. And so well built. And I'm not gonna go into politics, Taiwan, Chinese, it's China, at least for me, period. But the main point here is we've reached a level of such high quality and in some cases really good pricing that where is the industry gonna go now? It's something that has me thinking. And I can see why the price of something like this, right? This design, the materials, the fit and finish. Of course, you gotta take into consideration the name, right? Spyderco. We gotta take into consideration the name, the designer, right? Sinkovich. That has a price tag apart from the materials, where it's made, how well it's put together. So are we just gonna keep on raising prices, and are we just gonna keep on paying those prices even though the folder might not deserve it? Is that the way that the industry is gonna go? It's something interesting, isn't it? Something that to think about. Check out this folder, Kubi. Yeah, Kubi. So well put together, perfectly put together. Ergos, great. Design, performance, it's there. Yeah, the materials I would have liked a better steel. Not that this OS 10 is a bad steel, but I think the design deserved a much better steel. Why? Because the design is such a great design. But you see here, we're talking already about design language, and we're talking about based on the design language, the action, the performance, the fit and finish, how it might just deserve a better steel. As I may complain about, and it's not that it's a bad steel, but gosh, I'm tired of M390. Never really liked it. Give me a S20B, a 204P, but M390, not really my thing. Even though I didn't buy it for the steel, I bought it for the design. Again, have we reached the peak in production knives? And if so, what's going to be the next step? Where are we heading to next? Because we see designs like the 940, timeless design, best that Benchmade has, at least for me. Great user. Or how about if we talked about GEC? A traditional that is just such a good looking knife. Such a useful tool as of yet. And still using this very simple, old, great steel. So we still have a mix of past, present, but what worries me and what has me thinking is future. Where are we heading? And I know creativity will continue because it has continued over thousands of years since humankind has existed and evolved with creativity. So my bet is always towards creativity and innovation. But we are at a point where it's hard to see, it's blurry to see what's the next step. And yeah, it might be moving a little bit this locking mechanism, or mixing a little bit more the carbon fiber, or getting more rare materials, different type of woods or bones, or yeah. So all of this quality, as I mentioned before, with these other collectors that triggered medicine, that triggered sciences, the place where we are at now, where is that going to take us? What's it going to trigger? That's a question for each one of us to think about, and I would love to read your comments and see what you guys think. Professor EDC out.